Hey everybody, this is Minion Soldier, and this is the Piracy Show. Now, on today's show, or what was supposed to be today's show, is I was going to continue on with the stealth discussion. And I was going to go and start trying to pick up crates at various mission sites that are typically guarded by NPCs and see if I couldn't slip in and further test that out with the Cutlass. That was the plan. But there had been a patch in between the last video and this one, so it was a small patch, only about 100 megabytes or so. Really wasn't paying attention to it and didn't read the patch notes because patch notes are for pussies. Let's just jump right in and see what happens. And surprise, surprise, there's some new shit in this patch. So let me just fast forward ahead and show you the first surprise. So what I've gone and done is picked up a whole bunch of missions, go retrieve this from here, go retrieve that from there, that sort of thing. And now I am warping to that location. Everything's normal. Just another day at the office, right? And the game is running a lot more stable. Or stably? The stability is much better. Words. Okay. So I was pretty impressed with that. And throughout this whole gameplay session, I do have to say that the stability was much improved. What's happening? Interdiction! What? Yes, interdiction has reared its head in the game. I actually got popped out of warp, but it looks like it was the security services, maybe. And what's going to happen is, long story short, I'm going to actually jump ahead a few spots, and I'm going to keep getting stopped, and it's going to be, at the next couple, it's going to be kind of like two pirate gladiuses and so on and so forth. But this actually happens now, so you might have to take somewhat of a circuitous route in the future just because this can actually go and snag you. So I move and I close in on this group of ships. I've activated stealth. I'm moving in. They're not reacting to me, but then again, I'm not a criminal. I've spawned in Port Olisar, no problem. But wait, was that a blue Cutlass? Now, originally, when I thought about titling this video, I was like, oh my god, Cutlass blue. But then I realized that would be kind of misleading because even though it is a blue colored Cutlass, it is not the Cutlass blue. But what the hell? So instantly I'm like, I gotta get up close. I gotta check this thing out. I mean, just to see like different coloring options and different paint options. We've seen them before. This bug is nothing new within the cargo hold. But yeah, we've seen different coloring options. We've seen different paint options. But, you know, getting to the point where we can customize our own ships would be pretty cool. But this is Crusader security. This is, I guess, all of them stopped in this area and trying to take on the pirates, I guess, who have caused this interdiction. Now, I couldn't really find anything that was causing it. These triangular beacons you see off in the distance are just like HUD elements. They're not actual objects within the universe. But check out this blue Cutlass. That's actually a pretty sweet looking paint job. And there you got the logos. So this wasn't something that they just did like, oh, let's just do this overnight and slap it together. Someone actually put a lot of work into this, and it looks pretty damn cool. I tried to get into it, but it wouldn't let me in. I was thinking, man, if I could trade my Cutlass for this thing, how sweet would that be to be driving around in a stolen police Cutlass? And then all of a sudden, yeah, it kind of comes to life and it starts moving around, so I guess it's... I guess it's figuring out that there's a pirate nearby, and so they're responding now, and they're kind of moving around. And I realized that I just parked my ship in the middle of the beehive, so I should probably, you know, get out of here now. I mean, they're whoa! Yeah. Now, one of the other things that's much improved in this patch is actually getting onto a ship in 0G, not in this exact instance here, but getting on and off a ship in 0G has become a lot easier. It seems that whatever the bugs were that were kind of tripping that system up, they have, for the most part, been ironed out. Now, there are still a few bugs, but you're going to see as we get to our next objective that it has become a lot easier overall to get in and out of the ship. There are still bugs. You still can get injured, which is stupid, but overall they have improved it. So, long story short, I decide discretion, better part of valor. Whatever these guys are doing, they're not attacking me. They're kind of bumping me, but maybe it's best to just go on and get out of here. Now, it seems that I was able to kind of quantum out, but there was all these bugs now because of, I guess, this interdiction field, whatever it is. And I get snapped out again by these two fighters. And when I was getting into combat here, the game was kind of lagging out a little bit here and there, and wasn't really that big of a fan of it. So fast forward, decided to get the hell out. However, you know, once again, we kind of run into the same difficulties as we're trying to get into quantum. But then finally the ship goes. I thought I was going to get smoked right there, but no, the ship kind of kept it together, and finally the quantum drive engaged. But I guess we're still in that interdiction field, and it dropped us out again. This time, though, I just kind of, held down the B button and just said, no, I'm getting out of here. But one of the good things you'll see is that now when I'm going to mission locations, I'm jumping right to the quantum beacon. Like, I'm not having to jump to the planet and then make an approach. I'm getting really damn close to these ships that are off in space. Now, after having seen all that, I was becoming quite paranoid, and I was thinking like, oh shit, what could be waiting around the corners? So immediately I go to stealth. Obviously, they put a lot of new shit into this patch, brought a lot of new things online, and so I think that it's probably going to be a good idea to kind of play it safe for a while. So I'm going to go and start hitting up this wreck. Now, typically, this is where the game tends to bog down, where it kind of tends to fall apart. But I really experienced no frame rate losses during all of this. Now, sadly, one of the things, or one of the bugs that still seems to persist, is the overall picking up and placing of objects. That is going to need some work still. It's not in the best of condition right now. It's a little bit unstable. So, like, I tried to deliver an object after completing at least a portion of this mission, but the NPC wasn't reacting to what I was delivering. It was a mess, and then eventually I wasn't able to pick the object back up again, I think. So it wasn't that great. So trying to place these objects is still problematic. You can still draw a weapon and use that to kind of drop the object and then pick it back up and place it again. That still works, but getting that placement to work, not always ideal. Also, I ran into a new object. I'm not sure if this is part of some other mission that I just hadn't picked up, but I decided, oh well, might as well grab it. So I still have this on my cutlass. Hopefully at some point in the future I can figure out what it was actually for, but I was just at the point where I was thinking, let's just take everything that isn't nailed down. But as you're going to see here, well, actually, no, this isn't the time. But you're going to see me kind of coming back onto the ship, and boom, just kind of hopped right on. Yeah, now I'm not sure what this thing is supposed to be. There's probably a mission somewhere that's not able to be completed now because I stole this, but I don't know. It was a fun little odd and end. It's got to be worth something to somebody, so we'll steal it. Overall, it was a fun little salvage mission. It was certainly enjoyable to be playing the game for this long and to still not be seeing frame rate drop. That was a pretty impressive thing. And I think I was still thrown off by the whole interdiction because I just didn't know that that was a thing that was coming anytime soon. And to see it just kind of threw me off. And I was thinking, yeah, I want to do this thing. I want to do that thing. I want to do the other. But, I just kind of wanted to get something done and put it up in a video. So I ended up just default grabbing some cargo and then getting the hell out of there. So I grabbed the ship's black box, which is, I think, part of another mission. And I grab one last crate just for a good measure, and then I pull, basically pull out, and I decide, all right, time to get out of here. Now, in retrospect, looking back at it, chances are is that black box that I had taken was probably for another mission, and the goods that I was supposed to deliver to the guy were actually these brown packages, one of which I had just picked up. And there's already another one in my cargo hold, so it looks like it spawns multiple ones for multiple people doing this mission. I thought the missions were supposed to be more competitive in nature, but it seems maybe that's not the case. Or it could just be who completes it first gets it type thing. Oh no, sorry. I did get one more. It was just so weird to me that this had been running for so long and it was stable. It was just bizarre, and the fact that just kind of bumping into the pieces of these wrecks weren't killing me on the spot or causing fatal blood loss. It was just weird, and I was really impressed, having dealt with this for a couple of weeks now, just a little over actually, and having all these systems be entirely broken or, there we go. There we go. Yeah. I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back and said, yeah, you've pushed your luck too far. But yeah, it was weird. It was just having all of these things work was kind of surprising. I think I activate this to see, let's see what this does. Seemingly nothing. But oh well. It's mine now, whatever it is. But yeah, we're going to take this back to Port Olisar and try to complete the mission. So overall, it was pretty cool to see. I wanted to get this video out there so if any of you guys run into this interdiction mechanic, you know how to get out of it. You can just kind of keep heading towards your objective. Keep holding down the B button or whatever your button is to use quantum, and just kind of just plow right through it. It might take a couple of hops to get out of that interdiction field. No idea what causes it yet. I don't know if it's like a ship component, or maybe there's a ship off to the side somewhere next to that main route that is interdicting us as we're flying by. Don't know. Hopefully we'll get some more depth and some more information on that soon. But it was really cool to see, and to see kind of a Cutlass Blue, but not really. I'm kind of wondering, I was thinking, should I put Cutlass Blue in the title? But it's kind of misleading and people might not like that. But there was a blue Cutlass, right? There was a Crusader Security Cutlass. But I think I'm just going to kind of title it after the interdiction mechanic and not be too much of a dick about it. But anyways, so yeah, if you're in the PTU, then that's how you get through that interdiction mechanic, is just keep plowing through until you get to your objective. And for those of you who aren't in the PTU yet, it has become a lot more stable. This gameplay experience, as you can tell, was a lot smoother overall. I didn't experience the frame rate drops that are typical in 3.0 up till now. So hopefully that is something that continues and gets improved upon in the future, but it is looking pretty good, and we're still getting some new and surprising stuff along the way. So we've got interesting things yet to discover in 3.0. It hasn't all been seen and done yet, and what exactly is this object of mystery? I don't know. Hopefully to be solved in a future episode. Now, at this point, I would love to show you me trying to deliver this black box for about 5 minutes and picking it up and putting it down and putting it on the delivery plate, but I think I'll just go ahead and end the episode here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to go back to hopefully testing out the stealth mechanics a little bit more, bit by bit, kind of looking at how NPCs react to it, if they react at all. But for this episode, we're done. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching. And just quickly, before you ask, that gun that was floating in space at the wreck of the Freelancer, no, I couldn't pick it up and put it in my ship. I tried. So, yeah, thanks for watching.